number 7. Let's hope this goes better than the last 6. Jesus, fuck. You know, it's a proper title for this episode. Loust. Because I'm lost in my own damn bullshit here trying to get this episode off the ground. Again, I had something else planned, but just the word loused has been pumping in the blood vessels in my brain. Are there blood vessels in your brain? Da 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 ba dum bum bum bum. If there are, cool. If not, whatever. You know, life goes on. Brain keeps ticking away. You are in for I don't know. Cause Travis is in a weird spot. That's right, folks. He has a first name. Never uses it. Do I talk in the third? I do talk in the third person, right? But I don't say like Roig, do I? Roig. Roig is talking to you right now. I was trying to be clever and create a metaphor between the show Lost and what's going on with me. I just couldn't put it together. I swear to God, I do some work even when they're sort of when I scrap what I initially wanted to do and do something else, right? Because what's happening is my brains, both of them, they're healing. They're getting better. Excuse me, having me sip a nice cup of nice cup of ice with a splash of Pepsi. Own it. I tried creating the metaphor because I was gonna try to create. I was gonna say, like, if you've ever seen the first episode of Lost, it's this big production. And it's huge for a television. It sort of exceeds television's the parameters of production. I mean, they really did something hugely cinematic. And I was gonna equate that into the first time that I started directing at a post-production facility, where they were doing dubbing and such for putting somebody else's. I haven't really talked about the stuff I do and everything in specific terms. I've been keeping everything vague, and now I'm kind of like, fuck it. Ain't nobody listening. Ain't nobody listening that would turn me in anyway if I said some fuck shit. So I remember that. I remember walking into this to the bigger studio, and it was dark. The talent was in the booth on the side, and there were a couple people in the room. There was the engineer up there, and there was the director manipulating script, which meant just hitting up and down or whatever on a monitor for the talent, because it displays over in their room, right? I remember standing there and just getting these like big budget feelings. I couldn't believe it. I was 34 at the time, I think, 34, 35. And had thought I had fucked my life irreparably, and I lucked out, really, really lucked out. So those things happen. The luck things happen. I'm sad to say. I hate hearing it when I see other people talk about it, people that are much more successful than I am. And they talk about that lucky thing. I'm like, oh, that's the lucky thing, huh? So what am I supposed to fucking do in the meantime? But it was pretty lucky. It was a who you know kind of a sitch, and I showed up. So showing up is a huge part of it, majority of it, because people can fail themselves forward all over the fucking place. So I'm in the studio, and I was asked by the department head to do you want to try it? I'm like, I didn't know what the fuck they were doing. But I just watched. I was like, okay, this is a thing. They can't let the lines go too long, or the line goes too short. And if there's something wrong, then if the actor doesn't have it or whatever or whatnot, then you're there to suggest words or type words in or whatever to make the dialogue work. If they're having a problem with the dialogue, if it's sync, make it longer or shorter, that kind of thing. But I was like, oh my god, there's this. It's like some like Portuguese fucking dope looking uh, um, novella that they do. They do some wonderful, wonderful work over there. Or it could have been something maybe a little snazzier on the home box office side of things. That's right. That's right. It's not just HBO. Mm-hmm. That shit stand for something. Uh, anyway, I took the seat. I took the seat and I manipulated the script a couple times and maybe helped for a second. And I mean, I was just elated, and I got offered the gig. So I would say that the first year of me working there was like the first year of Lost. And if you know the first year of Lost, well, I mean, if you don't, pretty much every single episode is devoted to one of the characters. And which is kind of like what my first year there was. I was meeting each character, I was meeting each actor, and meeting each engineer, and meeting each adapter, or whatever the case. And it was a year of meets. Excuse me. I know I could edit it, but I like to fucking do this. The complaints I get. The complaints I get, not in email form, clearly, but in a textual way. They nail me about my all my sounds, all my clinkings and clatterings and spits and blah blah. Okay, so am I actually working the metaphor? Well, let's see, because season two, a whole new group of people are introduced on the show, and I can say that that's what I started doing voice acting as a director. And so let's make the I started doing the voice acting like we're introducing new people, the others on Lost. And uh whole other world, whole other group of challenges, a lot more motherfucking money for a lot less motherfucking work, and things are awesome. Second season got picked up. The audience loves it. I'm being loved. I haven't stepped on anybody's toes. I haven't fucking started building a resentment against people, whatever like that. Everything was pretty fucking copacetic. So awesome, right? Awesome. Okay. Fucking season 3 comes around, and the writers don't necessarily know exactly where they're going. So there's a bit of a stasis. Is that a stasis? Which means like a sort of. I think it means. I love that I'm telling you what I think the word that I don't know if it's the word means. But it's like you kind of exist in a void. You don't really go anywhere. You don't grow. You don't anything. It's whatever that was that I just described. and 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 I'll tell you, my third year there is when I went. So third year Lost during a stasis. I sure hope that works. Two of their main characters they keep in cages throughout most of the season, if I remember correctly. Two of like the like number 2 and number 3 on the call sheet, right? And so they're in cages. I I opened the door into my cage in my third season there, which was accepting not only directing but engineering because I can engineer. Um, and that was awesome. It was a little more pay. I still get to do the voice work. I get to work by myself, which I prefer because you people, oh you people, more often than not, it's a bit weird. Thankfully, I was. Let me. I'm going off track here. But I'll probably get back to people. To people. So it was great. It was great. So let's take the people on Lost. The show's still going, right? That's great. The ratings are great, everything. So me too. My work is great as a engineer and director, running solo, getting a lot cooler roles. Um, but something starts happening, which is very quickly I realized that my job entailed about 6 to 8 moves and doing those moves constantly for 8 hours a day, at least. Sometimes I work 10. Um, and, uh, and that hit me like a ton of fucking bricks. And I had thought that maybe it's time for me to move on. And I had no idea what I was doing. None whatsoever. But I knew if I moved on right, I would have the voice work. So at least I was getting paid on something. And the trick was to leave on good terms. Well, I was forced in a fucked position for that. Uh, that didn't go down well. Which, fourth season, Lost, they introduced the flash forwards, which, we all know flashbacks, right? Ad nauseum. And these were flash forwards, and this was the first time. I don't know, I'm sure there's other examples, but this was truly the main. Oh, I said truly. Ding. Where's the ding? I don't have my essay words. Ding bell. Damn it. I know what I'm asking for Christmas. Um, so they introduced the flash forwards, and basically for me, I was flash forwarding the fuck out of the job. And I tried to leave at one point, but they negotiated with me, and it was a good deal. I got a pretty cool thing out of it. I didn't even have to work till 10, which my coworkers fucking probably loved to see me walk in at 10 o'clock while they've been there since 9 o'clock in traffic from the. Yeah, I can see how people could have started hating me right there. Mm. If I had one of those map things on the wall where I'm trying to figure out a crime, I would put one of those little thumbtack thingies, like a red one, right at that moment where Travis gets to come in at 10. And I don't even know why I'm talking about this. This has nothing to do with the loss that I'm at now. But fuck it, we're chilling, right? Fuck. I didn't think I'd be doing this. Did you? But I would put it right there for that. And so I stayed a little longer. Now, with Lost, the executive producers, the showrunners, they negotiated a end date for their show, which never happens in any medium, but it never happens in TV. Nobody's like, we're gonna end this then and at this point, and then we're not doing it anymore because it could be on top. And a lot of people are going to lose a lot of money if you're not there. And after I don't know how many months in my, let's just call it, I guess, yeah, we're still in chapter 4. I mean, chapter 4. We're still in season 4. Um, but I knew I there wasn't enough money and there wasn't enough perks to keep me going, which is truly something. It's a phenomenon to me where it's like, oh, these really awesome things, you're just gonna move on from them. Um, I don't know if I had just balls of steel because I was scared as hell, man. Scared as hell. But but I did. One morning I did. I just couldn't take it. I couldn't take it anymore, and I sent in an email. And that went through the proper channels, as things tend to go in the corporate nature of this one facility. And who made an example out of me twice. That's all good. But I turned in my, what is it? I put in for my 2 weeks. Unfortunately, they wanted 2 months, and for me to hold on to my voice work, I was like, fuck, I should give them the 2 months because I still want to hold on to the voice work because I need money. Still need my job. And I was picking up a little other work, like some script work, but, the regular shit was gone. And so now I had a end date, like Lost did. And like Lost, what most people despise is the ending because it gets very, I don't know. I mean, it's predictable, I thought I was going to move a lot further down the line than just this facility with the Lost metaphor. Um, You know what? I think I still can. I think I still can. I think so. So things are just getting a little, what's the word? Contrived and whatnot. Let's say season 5. I think I'm still on it. I think we're still together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we're still together. Okay. Uh, in season 5, things get really, but they introduce a sideways world. Okay. So I end up leaving on bad terms at this place. Um, I don't know what I could have done better. Uh, I truly thought that everything was okay, but apparently I whatever. Let sleeping dogs lie. But now. Now that I was leaving this facility, I didn't have the work anymore. I didn't have the voice work anymore. They took that away from me. And so I was heading into Sideways World. And Sideways World was, I had like some script work, some script work, and that was about it. But I was entering into this place where I started dating my wife and starting meeting her family and being at their house. So it's a new environment for me, just like the Sideways world is in Lost. And in the Sideways world in Lost, all of the characters that you've grown to know over those years, they all become different characters, different people, doing different ass shit in this Sideways world. It's crazy. It's awesome. It's fucking awesome. Even when things get whatever, it's fucking great. Like, you do better. And so the Sideways world for me I ended up taking on a new sort of identity. I was able to through a fortunate means of someone who was kind enough to bring me into their studio, it sort of set like a chain reaction of me working everywhere. And the work was good and the roles were good, but for a while, for like a season, right? So we haven't gotten to that final sixth season of Lost, which is, I guess I want to say that's the last 6 months or so, the last year, really. Actually, I think that I've just lost all my work from from the voice work to the script work. Everything's gone, and if you have seen Lost, then you know how it ends. I mean, that if you've seen it all the way through, should I do spoilers? Fuck, I didn't even think of that before I started this, and I did pretty damn well on this metaphor. I can't believe it. Son of a bitch, I didn't even write it out. Well, I mean, it's 10 and a half. Or how long? When was it? It was 2004, and they went 6 seasons. So that's 2010. So it's been 12 years since it's been off the air. I'm just gonna say spoiler. Seriously, spoiler. This episode isn't worth it to listen to like the end of it. If you haven't seen Lost, you want to see Lost, and you want to know what the ending is. I'm gonna blow it for you right now. So don't. So go away. Do that whenever the case. Look, I'm gonna record another podcast probably in another day or two or some shit because I'm pumping them out, which might slow down because all this shit is going on. The holidays. See you. And I'm going places. I'm getting on the road. I'm getting in an airplane. Okay, so for the rest of you who have stayed, we know that in season 6, everybody is. Say it with me now. That's right. And that's kind of what I'm in right now. I feel like I'm, and I just did an episode labeled this, but I feel like it's an afterlife. Do I? It feels like it's an afterlife, not only because there's so much death around us, but everything that I have started has kind of died. Oh, what the fuck noise was that? Did that come from my mouth? Oh, it's fascinating. Jeez. Fair enough. Hope I'm not fucking your ears up. Wow, yeah, Trav. Jeez. I don't think I'm depressed either. I think I'm just seeing this because, honestly, did I say this initially? Like, my medication's kicking ass, therapy's kicking ass. Like, people that I have, excuse me. I had a little Mickey D's from last night and I microwaved it. I'm telling you, on just a regular McDonald's cheeseburger, no pickles, duh. 27 seconds. 27 seconds seems to be a nice. Anything lower, it tastes like kind of something else. But the hotter it is, it tastes more like what you ordered. Because McDonald's can go really sideways. Lost pun. But I digress. I didn't get any French fries, so fuck you. Um. So yeah. So it's seemingly like I'm in this. It's almost like even people that I've created relationships with during this lost time, my lost time, quote unquote. Uh, it seems like they're all just kind of over, and anything that could have helped me back in the day just is gone. I mean, the magic of me as a performer is gone. You know, the sort of the new car, the magic of Jesus, Travis, the new car smell that I had going into this business is fucking done with. And um, you know, I used to do uh you don't know what these are, but let's just say I used to do like 300 lines of dialogue on in a normal studio session. And now I do 8, 10, 12. That's about it. Yeah. Yeah, it's really weird. It's really weird how that can be taken from you. And I don't know who to blame because I'm not doing anything different as a performer. So it's either me as a person has uh, has done something to destroy my goodwill or something. I'm not sure. Um, or the clients just don't like me anymore. They see my name and just, you know, there's no telling. You know what's interesting about this business? Like, you could turn in a shitty performance, but the person who's directing you loves it. And then that gets back to the client, and then you'll never work again. You know? You know? Um, I don't know. That's already starting to like blame people and shit, and I don't want to do that. It's I'm calling this lost. It's not only for the metaphor for the TV show, but you know when you don't when you can when you continue to improve, when you continue to grow, and your opportunities dwindle, it's 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 some shit, man. It's a hard pill to swallow. You know, I thought something was gonna do something. Uh, it's a it's amazing. You know, I started a lot of stuff online, and I thought something, a hashtag would hit, a topic would hit, something would hit, and even the people that quote unquote support some of my endeavors, none of them. Who knows the algorithms, whatever, but none of it works. Nobody shows up. You know, I have 100 followers for something, I'll get, maybe one person likes it. Who knows, you know? But clearly nothing's caught wildfire. And I would say a few months ago, I think I've kind of tracked my progress here. I was just down in the dumps, you know? But now I'm just clear headed and lost. It's the best way I can say it, or it's the best way I can put it together. I don't know what the fuck to do. I almost, it's, you feel like a ghost. Um, so I didn't really have a problem with the way Lost ended. Was it how we thought it would? Yeah, kinda. Yeah, yeah. Is that disappointing? Yeah, yeah, kinda. Yeah. uh, but it was still emotional, and they set out to do something and accomplish something, and they did it, and I'm all for that. I don't give a shit how it ends. Endings suck, or maybe my endings suck, but uh, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not fevered about endings. Mm. So all my friends have regular jobs, and they're happy as shit, mostly. And my boy who isn't, like really isn't, he doesn't necessarily have to work. I'd be like, yo, Pops, dog, let me get that 50. So I can pop on over to Blockbuster and get me a little videotape and some popcorn and some snow caps and bring them home. I'm only saying that because Blockbuster was still open when Lost was on television. Was it? So I'm lost. You know where else I'm lost? I'm lost with people who tell me, assure me of things, but the reality around their assurances is totally the opposite, you know? I don't know if that's showbiz or that's just people biz. I guess there's a business with people, and I take that for granted. But I seem to have done something wrong. And granted, I have had my woes, my mental woes, and I've had to be weird about some things, and uh, turn down some opportunities and shit that I mean, I had to do what I had to do. It just sucks that on the other end, uh, you get penalized. It's very odd out there. It's very odd. I don't know. I don't know who to trust. Really, I think my boys, my boys. Them dudes I can trust. But everybody else, like y'all motherfuckers, I don't know what the fuck to do. Um, so I don't know what's next because I don't know if I'm gonna really run with what I was doing before with my Terror on the Air and My the Good Reviewer and the Miami Good Times and the albums and what else the fuck do I do? Some other shit, right? Jesus. I don't know. I don't know. I've been I've been kind of at it for at least online for the last 6 years, maybe going pretty fucking hard. But been going really since I don't know high school or something. Like when I first had my first theater class, and that's what I'm 14. So that's what 18 years. Oof. Oof. That's 18 years in the game. That's some shit. So I don't know. Uh, God, sorry, my throat made a little weird noise. Jesus Christ, that's gotta be weird to hear, isn't it? Ugh. What do you do? What do you do? I was asked by my therapist, fuck it. What do you want your life to look like? And that's a spooky question. I, I don't know how spooky it is in your 20s, but for me, here, 42, that's spooky. Because I would have never thought, I thought I was like I thought I was on like a trajectory, right? But it's not there anymore. It's the, there's nothing carrying my narrative anymore. uh, or this narrative. I thought there was gonna be, it's just all gonna keep going the up way, a little slide back down, and then a little much more up, and it's just not the case. Um, and I think there's a death in that. Death's all around, isn't it? But I think there's a death of the person I used to be. There's a death in the career that I thought I was gonna have. There's death in the things that I've started up that I thought would catch in one way, didn't. I see the stuff that catches, man, and all the power to them. It seems extremely, extremely exhausting to create that for themselves. That sort of notoriety, that sort of maybe some financial gain in there. And I just, ooh, boy, I'd rather mow lawns, you know? I've said it before. I think I've said it before. Have I said it before about what Marlon Brando said about um, if he was paid the same amount as he was as an actor to be to sweep the floors in the studios, let's say MGM or whatever, he'd sweep the floors, and I feel him. And I felt him when he first fucking said it, and I've known this little anecdote for 25 years at least. Totally get it. Just even it's just so much more satisfying. Like if you see like a bunch of leaves, and then you sweep them and you pick them up and you put them in a bag and you put the bag in the garbage and you go back and the leaves aren't there anymore, and it's lovely. I mean, unless they're dope fall leaves, and I would never want to pick them up. But some stupid spring bullshit. You know, I get that. I don't get that in art, in our art. You don't get something so binary. You don't know that you're giving a good performance. You don't know that that's a good director. You don't know that this script makes sense all the way through. You're only seeing a part of it, and if it's trashy already, what the fuck is the rest gonna look like? You don't know if you're gonna get it. Wait, what else? We're talking uncertainties. Yeah, you don't know if you're getting parts. You don't know if you're getting, if somebody doesn't like the fucking color of your shirt and they're like, I don't even want to test this dude for this shit or whatever. You don't know. You don't know. The prejudices and the fucking judgments and shit that I have with people, like, I think I'm pretty fucking up there in intellect. It's goddamn right I said it. So if I'm fighting off those fucking impulses, I can't imagine what some fucking whatever the fuck from wherever the fuck that's now doing this, whatever the fuck, what the fuck they might do. Maybe they're probably a better person. They're probably a better person. It's because maybe they're not as smart as I am that they're probably better people. Because yeah, that's probably the case. But I don't know. I don't know. I've been loving doing this. Do I get any feedback? Not really. Do I get any listeners or anything? Not really. Is it something I want to continue to do? It's weird. I mean, maybe it is. I'm just lazy as fuck because this is just a mic and just me sitting here for about an hour or so and going off on whatever. And I, even though it doesn't produce any money or any exposure or anything, I'm happy with it. So maybe this is a new step towards doing things that are just simple enough that don't take any sort of interference or teamwork or new software that or whatever the fuck. That's just things that I can kind of do on my own that make me happy. And then, well, I mean, I was trying to do that shit with the Good Reviewer and the Miami Good Times. And Miami Good Times was an answer to being in Miami for how long that I've been and never getting a fucking blurb from them. This fucking piece of shit. And all they fucking do is highlight people that ain't fucking even from this town. And most of them aren't talented at all. Most. And whatever. And I also saw that a lot of their shit was just exploitative, and it was all just fucking. It didn't feel like the Miami that I grew up in and that I was living in while this fucking rag. And I like the New Times, of course. I would always read it every week for years, but not anymore. And I started the Miami New Times, the Miami Good Times. I was in the New Times once when I was doing radio. Oh my God. Talk about a fucking what? Yeah, I got in touch with them to do a story on the show that we were doing, which was like a teen kind of thing. Like a teen call in, talk to the teens, and we'll talk about issues on AM radio. And what happened was the guy was a sweetheart, took me to lunch, paid for it. Hell yeah, my first and only perk in this business. And he did like an expose on the woman who run the thing and shit and all this. And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, can you do a puff piece? And like now all I see are these fucking puff pieces on people these days. It's fucking ridiculous. And yeah, I wanted to put together a publication of something that would I guess I didn't do it all, I didn't do it often enough or whatever, but when I started doing it, it wasn't doing anything. And normally you could fight me on this, but normally if something's kind of meant to be, it kind of forces, energies conspire to push that thing forward, even if you've done 5 shows, 10 shows, whatever the case, man. Shit. Because it just takes that one person to see it and put a little light on it. So, I don't know. At 42, I'm kind of like, fuck you. Like, fuck you for not reading my shit. Fuck you for not looking at my shit. Fuck you for not listening to my shit. Fuck. And I go, but at the same time, like, maybe it just wasn't interesting enough, and maybe like my voice isn't what you want, and guitar, acoustic guitar driven music sounds more like something else than what the fuck I do, and that could be what's up, like all across the board, that could be what's up. That is just, it's just not a frequency that attracts attention. Um, so, and, you know, I'm kind of like, I'm kind of feeling kind of dragged on people too. It's just, it's like they don't take responsibility for the people around them. And then you end up, you know, I think this is a heavy episode, isn't it? But you end up getting some of that icky splash on you, and you see how I rolled that, and so I'm kind of lost on people. I'm lost on people that aren't my friends, people that I have to talk to, and I I always stand for something, and I never make it personal. I know if there's somebody, I might think it's hilarious, but no, it's always about something. And I just see people just like take shots at people for no fucking reason, and even around my own community, just people injecting their wills into places that they don't need to. But a word sounds different in a text, so then it sounds like something's it's personal, but it's not personal and everything. And I'm just gonna I don't want to have any more sort of opportunities with people to get things wrong, or for them to misunderstand me or something. I don't. There's an ugliness in there, and it takes me a while to sort of shake it off when it's put on me. And I was just talking to my friend. He's got a nice lot of land up north there, and I mean, he couldn't be happier. Just don't know. That's not an option right now because I gotta. I mean, there's some people in this household who are doing just fine, who aren't rudderless, and we had a dope place, and it's not a place to just get rid of like right now. It could be, a get rid of and retire. Who knows? And get someplace a little more north, a little less people, where there's 20, 200, 300 feet between you and the next fucking household. Because I'm lost on people. I'm lost on them. I don't get them. I don't get people I work with. I don't get it. I don't get the hypocrisies. I don't get the sort of lording of things over you and whatnot, and not feeling like feeling more of a nuisance than a treat. But I don't know. I I just don't know I don't know what's going on right now. I don't know if it's even going to be ever figured out by the end of the year. And I don't have any work, and I have a little money that I'm like just. It's no bueno. It's no bueno. Pero, pero, pero. But the thing is, I've never seen things clear, and that's the fuck. That's the rub. The rub is I. There are people that I've held huge resentments against, and I've had anger, and I've cursed them and sent them to hell, to death. And now I'm like, like, God, okay. Really, this guy, this person, this whoever, like, really? God, they're way worse off than you are. Pero, but, and like, I shouldn't have said it like that because that's a dick move, but it's true. I mean, maybe I'm not, maybe in their eyes I'm not better off, but at least I can see for me. I'm like, oh, that's yeah, okay, cool, good for them. Because I don't want to have any hate in my heart before I leave this planet. Because I think there's something to that. I think you get to go. You might be able to go somewhere a little more niftier if you eliminate the hate. But I'm also not someone to lie down and just take shit or to like fake fucking um fake positivity and all this crap and like get the fuck out of here. No, none of that now. None of that now. We will find a way. We will. There, maybe just by the shade of the light at I don't know 4 o'clock in the afternoon, hitting a palm tree. Maybe there's some magic there and some direction. You look at it, you see how the shadow hits the light and the way the palm sways, and it goes, oh, wait a minute. Oh, I think I want to do. I think I can do this, such and such. So I guess, lost is good when you have a little bit of money put away, but that's it. That's it. After that, that's over, and nobody's guaranteeing me work. Uh, but this is a little we're in a little funky territory. I'm curious to see how this is gonna turn out, because you know either I'll be doing one of these from jail, or because I robbed a bank, or um I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, so I'm saying I don't know. I got a nose. I don't know if I've been breathing hard. I've been sipping. There's been like weird something or other is happening in my lips to my tongue when I talk to you here. Hmm. I think there are more people on board with the ending of Lost than there had been. So maybe, I'll look back on this time where I feel like I'm being dumped on with a shitty ending. That maybe in a little time will pass, and uh, things will look a lot different. Did anybody really do good from that show when they left? Some other shows, yeah. Yeah, some had Ant Man, yeah. Some had something with Rob Zombie, with the Monsters thing, and that's right. And then Charlie had some kind of. What did Charlie have? He had like some, I don't know, nature show. Naveen Andrews, he did something. He did with Robert Rodriguez, did Terror Planet. Yeah, David Ravine. I don't know what she did, or what John Locke did. No, yeah, I don't know what they did. Matthew, what the fuck his face is? Jack. He went into hiding pretty much because he doesn't have a very good reputation with the violence and the ladies. Allegedly. I don't know if I'm sorry I didn't really feel funny or this really had a point to it. I just, I woke up today and I was, like, I had a couple things to do here, and then I went, wait a minute, there's nothing. There's one thing, okay? But I'm not going to talk about it yet because it's a long shot. But other than that, they ain't shit. Yeah, man. Once I finish some of this shit up, that'll be the fuck of it. Crazy. I'm crazy for feeling as if I'm crazy for You know what it could be? It could be the 7-year itch. You know what the 7-year itch is, right? It's the every 7 years, you're always pining to do something else. At the same time, every 7 years your cells regenerate, so you kind of become someone else. And I'm fucking 42. I'm smack dab at the end of one round and the beginning of another, right? Because from 35 to 42, shut-a-ding. So now from 42 to 49, I'm beginning a different day and age in this era of my life. I hope... I know I went over some old territory, and I know I talked about the new times, and I talk about them here and there. They're more a representation of things than an actual... than I'm actually really, like, fuck them, or whatever shitty shit that I could say, because I don't have anything against them or anybody that I've talked about in a roundabout kind of way. I don't. I really don't. And it's not about my no hate in my heart before I die thing. I just don't anymore. I don't know if that's the medication or what. I just go, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, that's the function that's the form that follows that function. You know? Or the other way around. That's the function that follows that form. And I hope this isn't a woes me party. I hope it's like, whoa is me. Whoa is me. Change a couple letters, bruh. You take it to a negative to a positive, and it's all. And if you don't know, now you know. I don't know about you, man. Listen. As far as I'm concerned, there's a couple neat things out there that I had the opportunity of creating or participating in, and I suggest you go out and take a look, and then tell me to shove it up my ass. But things are better. Isn't that weird? Like when I'm going through like trauma and oh my god, my head's fucking collapsing in on itself and I think that raisins are talking to me and I don't know what the fuck. Like for some reason like things are kind of good and things are kind of rocking in a way or but this like chill mind, chill household. It's a funky one for me. The 7 year itch. That makes so much fucking sense. And I took you through that whole lost metaphor. God damn it. But yeah, I'm gonna go with this. Yeah, I'm coming down from. That's why I lost my fucking mind a couple months ago. The hard drive's crashing again. And the last time that happened was in my early 30s. And it took another. It took almost like another 7 years. Yeah, yeah. Give or fucking take, bro. It's not an exact science, but it's interesting. Well, I am very curious to see what the fuck is in front of me because there's a whole hell of a lot of um, whatever that is that I've left behind me, be it people or endeavors or whatever the case. So I'm in another place where I'm scared as fuck. I don't know what I'm going to do. My old mechanic is closing up their shop. I went to that mechanic for over 20 years. Those are my people. That's ending. You know, my barber's getting too busy for me. The fuck am I gonna do now? Just like shave my shit? You know what I mean? I kind of like it, but man, she cuts my shit dope. As far as I'm concerned, I don't know what you may think, but I'm going a little long. I have a feeling I'm going a little long right now. And for what? Because I'm just going to like take a little hit. I'm going to take a little hit. I am going to pour a little more Pepsi. Let's see. Did you hear that? Now I'm going to pour the Pepsi. Because it made like I peed on the floor. I'll tell you once, though. I did pee on my floor. Yeah, back at my parents' place, on the wooden floor, I had gotten so fucking drunk. And I was watching that movie Below. And for some reason, it was like doing some... I was writing a lot and whatever the movie's energy was or whatever the case, like got me in a good place and I didn't want to like leave the room. So I just pissed right on the floor in front of me. Is that fucking nuts? I don't even think I told my wife that. I don't know why I'm telling you that. Because there is no you, is there? Those numbers I see. You don't get this far. You never get to the end. I dare you. If someone, get that pee on the floor. Fucking, I had a shit ton of wine. I was leaving the next day. I was moving. So it's this whole, I don't know. The room felt like it was, my bedroom felt like it was just on fire, really. So I didn't think, me peeing on the floor would do much damage since, it's all fire. And actually, I was trying to clean up the fire. But yeah. I was like writing poetry and shit, dude. You remember poetry? Do you remember poetry? Have you ever heard someone like read poetry in 2022? It's like, it's like bringing a board game to an orgy. It's not the right fit, you know? Yeah, that medium has seen its day. So figure out another way. Sorry, yep, shitting on the poets. And I got friends that are poets. I'm shitting all over them. I think I'm. I think I might become more like myself here and start really talking about some shit. Like really talking about some shit. Because I'm seeing myself. I don't know why I'm talking this out in front of you. It's what I do. This is the agreement we made. You tolerate me. I, give you something to tolerate for just pass some time. But I lost my fucking point of view because damn, whatever the fuck was in that. I really should wrap things up. I don't like them to go too much further. I really hope I didn't shit on anybody too much that I might know who might have felt like whoever I was talking about was them. Because it probably was. But you can't do shit to me now. You can't get me a job. You can maybe lose jobs if you talk shit about me, which I don't know. I'm not a conspiratorial motherfucker, but I think there's some shit out there about me. Whatever the case. The people who know me, love me, really know me. This was so random. So random. But I think I got yeah, all my stuff nobody gives a shit about. From The Good Reviewer, Miami Good Times, Terror on the Air, and my music, which does a hefty 14 listens a month. 14 listens on 11 albums. Jesus Christ, Travis. Maybe you should put together greatest hits and call it a day. That'll be the album that blows up. Jesus. I have a friend who told me to do that, actually. Maybe I should do that. Oh, no. Did I have another idea? I mean, there's another... Oh, God. It's the artist brain. Swear to God, I don't care what you think of my shit. I don't care if I'm awful at everything, voice acting, writing, whatever the fuck. I don't give a shit. But I fucking still create shit, and to think that, oh yeah, man, they'll give me something to do. I'll pick a couple songs and make a. Leave it to me. I'll do a greatest hits as like a two volume greatest hits, and it's like, dude, that's all your albums. I don't know. That's but. Okay. Apparently, they are landing planes by the dozen, in my street in front of my house. So, I guess I'll help them, deboard the, passengers. Did I just take it back to a plane? Did I just take this whole thing back to a plane? Okay. Just give me a couple pats. That the plane came back around. Referencing Lost. You know it. The plane that crashes. And here I got one right outside my building. I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go. Thanks for listening. Roig